Goodness gracious, guys. We have got mess central going on here. I'm just plugging away on these journals bit by bit, trying to get done what I can, but still trying to live my life too. Anyway, I am just going to kind of continue on from where we kind of were last time. Just going to have you work together with me and just see how much we get done in the time limit. And so why don't you guys go ahead and gather your supplies, and if you'd rather be comfy or be crafty, get together what you need, and then we'll get started and see where we wind up. So what I've been working on, I'm continuing on in The Little Lost Angel, and I have done some more additions, which I haven't decided if I'll show it to you yet or not because I don't want to spoil it for the flip through. But what I want to do right now is each section, I had 3 signatures, and on each signature I was putting lace. And so where I got interrupted last night was me starting to put lace along the edges. And then I would like to find some poems or hymns or something to decorate the front of each signature. These are all cardstock. Here's where I put the little donkey. I did the same thing. I cut him out and made him into a tuck spot. So I think that's going to be fun to work with. But that's basically what I'm doing. So nothing fancy, but you know, it's all part of the process, isn't it? So I put this on last night. I unfortunately had a glue, I kind of got glue too far down, and then I was trying to erase it, but I don't know that I succeeded very well. But now I need to put this on the other side, and since this one has a color palette of red and blue and yellow and some green, it's kind of got the 4 basic colors. My lace trims that I'm using are in all of the different color schemes. I need to change out my glasses here really fast because I forgot to put on my glasses for working up close. So as soon as I do this, I'm gonna switch out really fast. And now things are in better focus. So how many of you gonna tell on myself, not that you probably don't already know, but how many of you caught the unedited version of my upload on Wednesday that I accidentally uploaded instead of the edited version? Then I had to take it down, but I'm sure that was, you're probably wondering a little bit, like, what in the world? All my sniffles and playing with the timer, and I often leave myself, I just kind of give myself verbal notes as I go, like edit that out or whatever. So for the first 18 of you that viewed it, you kind of got the backdoor glimpse into how my process works. I really, really wish I was one of those people that could just film and then upload with no editing, but I am not. So you learn what you have to survive, don't you? Okay, this one is going to have some white. You know what? I should thread. These are the kinds that were meant to thread ribbon through. And if I were going to thread ribbon through, what color would I want? Red or blue or green? And what colors do I actually have? So hang on just a second and I will go search through my stash. I'll be right back. Okay, quick search through my stash. I have this silver snowflake, I have this blue sparkly snowflake, and then I have this red dot. And I'm not sure, I guess this is probably the easiest way for me to tell who's going to show through. The thing about the ones with the patterns is that you kind of want the pattern to be the showcase, right? The showpiece or whatever. I'm really not sure. Maybe the red polka dot, or maybe a plain red. It shouldn't be this hard to figure this out. Okay, I have this one. It's not plain, but I think the red will show up better, and it's got a green and white polka dot. So let's try that. Let's do it. I have a bunch of these Christmas ribbons I bought at Michael's a while back. Make sure I'm on in the frame here. Okay. So yeah, I don't remember if I bought them all at once or bought them at different times. For a little while there, I was trying to make little like notepad holders and things, and I made a bunch of them for Christmas. They were so cute, but I kind of transitioned away from that. And so these were some of the supplies I bought for those. But it's nice to have them, if for nothing else than to... Oh, okay. If for nothing else than to just, you know, have in your stash and dress up things or do presents or whatever. I like to wrap presents with real ribbon when I can. So very often I save the old ribbon off of presents that I receive or at the end of the year. But, you know, in the last few years I've been doing more cleaning out and decluttering. And I realized, you know, after you've been saving ribbons and things for so many years and you still haven't used them, that maybe maybe you should either make an effort to use them in some way or just stop saving them. So I'm making the effort to use them up or to be creative with them, and the junk journaling helps, I gotta say. So how many of you have your Christmas shopping done? I don't, but I haven't really tried yet. So my daughter was having us all write down our Christmas wish list, and then she made a Google Doc spreadable, shareable spreadsheet. So we've all got a link to our Google document. So I have to go looking. I did, however, buy myself some new silverware, not really silverware, flatware, because ours is, we bought it before we moved here, and we've been here almost 16 years, so it was time. So I said, do you mind, honey, if for my Christmas present we just get us, it's really more of an us, we all benefit, right? Get us some new flatware, and I got 16, a set of 16, because you always need at least 12, and there's always some that get lost. So hopefully, I think this is a pattern that hopefully Oneida will always have available. I think it's one of their standard patterns, so at least if I need to replace some knives or spoons or something, I can do that down the line. Okay, what do we think? Thought this was long enough. Perhaps I was wrong. Oh yeah, cute. Okay. All right. I'm glad I thought to do that. So we have coming up on Saturday our small group at church. We're doing a little breakfast brunchy Christmas movie watching, hang out near Chammy's kind of morning, which is going to be fun, but I'm kind of getting a little grouchy that it's taking time away from my crafting. But it's good for me to do other things, you know. It's okay. It'll be a good time, but that means I have to make, I found this recipe for ham, egg, and cheese muffins. So you scramble the egg and add it into the muffin batter along with like diced ham and cubed cheese, and then you bake it, and it looks really good. It almost looks like a scone, only you bake it as a muffin. So those sounded really good. I wanted to try them anyway, so that's what I'm bringing, but I have to make it. And luckily, I invested in some Christmas PJs last year that were semi-decent to wear out in public. Just wear my sweatshirt and the bottoms. So I have that situation covered. Phew. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we have going on this weekend. I didn't tell you though, but last Saturday, we celebrated my husband's birthday because he turned the big 60. Getting to be an old man. I already call him old man, so now it's, you know, it's just confirmed. He's an old soul at heart. So he's finally coming into his own now. And I'm not saying anything he doesn't already know that I haven't already told him. The only thing I don't let him do, because it is a very old man thing to do, is paint the garage inside. Like, no, that's an old man thing to do, and we are not old people. And also, who's going to maintain that? Not me, not you. It's just a garage, Tom. Okay, that looks cute. Let me do the other side. So that was going to be this one. I think, because of the nature of how this one is, it's so flat, I don't know how much really needs to hang over the edge. So maybe just along this edge here. All right. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Do you guys have, I think I may have asked you this last year, do you have a favorite Christmas movie? I'm trying to remember, I don't remember what the movie was that we watched last year, but it was one I hadn't heard of before, but it was old black and white. It was actually really cute. But our group was trying to vote on ideas of what to watch, so. And there's a lot of new ones out, you know, because they have younger kids, so there's been some new ones that have come out that obviously we don't know about because our kids are too big. So. Someday we'll learn all the new movies again. I feel like my life kind of slowed down in some ways after my kids left the house. After they grew up and left, like especially from when they were little. Okay. I need to scoot that just a little bit. Are you gonna scoot? Okay. I have a little bit of glue right there. So I'm going to use these because the sticky doesn't stick to them as much. Trim it on this end. Let's see how we did. Okay, there's the front, there's the back. Cute. Might need a little more glue under there. There you go. There we go. Okay, so that is section, what's the word I want? Signature 3. And I'm still debating, I think I want to sew this on to make that pocket there. Well, now I glued down the lace, didn't I? Okay, decision made. I'm going to glue it on. I love it when you guys help me figure this stuff out. Oh, gotta do the bottom. Am I in frame, I hope? There we go. Oops, don't want that on there. Let's see if I can do this in one shot. There we go. Oh, I was going to show you too my other tag that I got for my tag swap. These ladies did really pretty work. And it's interesting because they're kind of similar even though none of us know each other, so it's interesting how they kind of match. I wonder if in my idea book should I have a section for Christmas or not, because really all the ideas can be amended by using Christmas papers and things. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so let's put that there, and then this is going to be a tag to go in there. Okay, so that's signature 3. There's 2. Now let's do signature 1. And I guess we'll do the same thing. Oh, this is an envelope. That's right. I was thinking I had originally put that pocket across here. This I need to decide what I'm going to back it on, but that's going to be a pocket. This will get glued in as a pocket, but it's also an envelope. So right at the moment, still don't know what to do to this exactly, but I'm sure something will come to me. And let's see, so this is the first one. I think I wanted white. Yeah, white on this first one and green on the other one. Because I'm going to put blue on the cover, blue lace, and so I want this white to kind of stand out against it. So, and I don't want it too close to the other white. Now, when I first started doing the junk journaling, I was watching a YouTuber. Her channel was called I'm a Cool Mom. It's Jessica, but now it's called Paper Terrace, or The Paper Terrace. Anyway, so she had said that she ordered her bits and scraps of lace from a place on eBay called Matt's Lace. Matt as in M-A-T-T''S. It's his lace. Belongs to Matt. And so that's where I went. So some of these little scraps are still from that. That was a good way to get kind of a variety. And I'm using up a bunch of them in this year's journals, which is nice. So if you're looking for a place to get odds and ends, go there. They have like the Christmas pack, and then they have ones that have just basic lace too. So you can get whatever you want, but it's like an actual lace company, and then these are all the runoffs and scraps and things like the trims for when they sell their lace. Then they throw the end pieces in a bin or in a pile, and then they just sell it. I assume it's still there. I haven't tried to go back because I have plenty. And then as I've gone thrifting, I found other stuff too, you know. The one thing that's hard is on eBay to search for a seller. But I think I did. I think I searched for it, Matt's lace trim or something. Lace pieces, lace odds and ends, I don't know. Lace scraps. And I did find it. So then you can just bookmark the seller, and then you'll have it after that. Okay, I like this shade of green. I don't know, lately I feel like all the products just kind of look the same, because they do. They're all coming from the same country of origin. So, not too much diversity there. That's why sometimes it's fun when you find the vintage laces and things. They just have such a nice variety of patterns and textures, and they're made out of real cotton, you know, things like that. So they feel good. Okay, there's that. So I'm going to clip this back in here. I'm going to clip it up there. Maybe this should be a fabric flip instead of a pocket, but I was rather hoping for it to be a pocket. So I think I'll stick with that idea. But it does need a fabric flip and a belly band. I did identify that. Okay, so here's my 3 signatures. let's see. Okay, so what I did was I went out to the garage and I tried to find all of my any hymns or music books that I had that were smaller scale, so they will fit on these smaller pages better. Didn't find a ton, but I found some. So on this one, like, see, that would be perfect on that page. I'm gonna slide that under that paper clip. And then I need to look, where's the little pile of goodies? I want to make sure when I pulled out those images from Mrs. Cog, I just wanted to make sure if any of them were vellum that I might want to put on here, but yeah, nope. Nope and nope. Oh, wait, here's one. That might work. I'm going to put it on some mulberry paper. Yeah, there they are. Sorry for the arm in the camera. Apologies. And what I discovered was that if I use the white mulberry paper under it, it really helps it to stand out, the image, and then I can still layer that on something else, which is good because for the life of me, I didn't know what I was going to do with the white pages in there, so I'm very happy to have figured that out. Okay, well that's not going back in where I want it. I'm trying to get these back in this envelope here. I also found some little scraps. I wanted to maybe patchwork a pocket, another pocket or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so what do I want to put under this is the next question. I used this fabric to do a spine to hinge a couple of pages, so maybe, is that too cutesy with that image? You can't do classic art with cutesy country style birds, can you? No, you can't. Thank you. Let's see. This one, I don't think so. Because there's a lot happening here and here, so I think maybe just a solid. I'm digging through this pile over here. Oh, maybe this. This is another thing I like to do. I like the gauzy effect. So this was off of a package ages ago, this huge long piece of just like gauzy tulle stuff. So over time I have been cutting it up, but what if I just layer like that? And this one I actually would want to sew. I got like something here, glue off my finger, I don't know. I would want to sew it, but I'll show you how I would layer it, and then I'm going to sew it and glue it there. But before I do that, let's find one of these hymns to go here. That one's too big. How about, we want Glad Christmas Day. That one's probably too big. These did not tear out of the page, out of the book neatly. Not God of Our Fathers. Let's see, here's Herald Angels. It's too big. How about, we can either do I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. These are all just a little wide. Even if there's not much room around these to tear them down either. This was my problem I was running into. How about, this one's a little less. A Christmas Hymn. Wow, that would be a really tight squeeze. Oh, bummer. I just didn't have very many in the small scale. Martin Luther's Christmas Carol. Oh, I know. Okay. There's one other place to check. So the bigger books, like the one that's the little golden book and the Littlest Angel, they can accommodate a bigger sized page like that, and that would be fine. Sorry, I keep hopping up and down. So these were those little Christmas books. That'd be cute just to put the writing space somewhere. Okay, oh, here we go. See? And that is one of the reasons I save these pages, so I can tear out the words. This one has a nice prayer on it. Thank you for the blessing of another Christmas, for giving us a day especially to reflect on the birth of our Savior, for giving us yet another occasion to share his love with others. I pray that they will see your love in me, that your heart will shine through mine, and that I may share your good news with the world. The only gift I can give you, Lord, is my heart and my dedication to your word. Use me, Lord, to bring your gifts to others, not just on this Christmas day, but every day of my life. Thanks be to God. Well, reading through the story of this little lost angel. Actually, I could put this on a tag. Okay, I'm going to put that on a tag, and I'm going to put Oh Holy Night here. But what I was going to say is that in the book, she gives away things and parts of herself and helps improve the lives of others and kind of gives up her angel status without meaning to. She becomes a real child. So that kind of goes along with the theme of the book. So there, we did it. We found some stuff. Exciting. And I can actually also back this on mulberry paper if I want. So I'm going to tear it like so. I don't think it's possible to keep this image intact, or I would try, but I could probably put a sticker over it or something. There we go. Yeah, so I could use some more. Should I do white? White, green, or red? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do anything. Just because I think it'd start getting too busy. But I'll stick a piece of white under there. I feel like the white won't stand out enough, but any other color would make it too busy. I don't think I have red in these matte stacks. These are from the early 2000s, so there's still a lot of burgundy and hunter green. Although, this kind of matches what's underneath it. I could do that, or I could do that. Thoughts? Better one, better two. I kind of like the green. Okie doke. That's what we'll do. Once again, getting way too much stuff all around me. More stuff than I know what to do with. Okay, so what I've been using, I have these old blending pens that have dried up, and I decided instead of using a Q-tip, I would just dip them in the water and use them that way. I don't think it'll make any difference. You know, it's not gonna hurt the pen because it's already dried up. And then I don't have to keep getting out Q-tips all the time. Seemed like a good upcycling way to use these. They came in a set of 3 ages ago. Oh, there's a fiber. There we go. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna go along one edge pretty close, and then hopefully that will give me a bigger scrap on the other side. Oh dear. Okay, that's all right. That was the idea, right? Getting the torn look. So you see how it just makes this paper easier to tear when you have the wet edge. And you don't have to be super precise because you want it to look a little jagged. I'm just going to leave that to rest in there because I have another one to do here in a sec. Okay, oh, okay, so what if I edge this in red? Should I edge it in red? Nope, I'm going to stick with the brown. Just kind of a neutral. Okay, that doesn't want to come off. Hey, there we go. Walnut stain, that's what we're using. I've kind of gone over to the walnut stain from the vintage photo. I'm just, you know, someday I may change back. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? And I will glue it together. Ideally, again, I like to sew around the edges, but I don't think I left myself room to do that. So I would normally sew these together and then glue it down. Yeah, I think I will. So that's how it's going to look. It's just going to have glued edge, okay? So you'll see it on the final flip through, but that's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to make a tag out of that. Good to know, good to know. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Sew around this one and glue it down on signature 1. And then this one, signature 2. Let's see. Get this a little bit closer to me. Taking up all my main space with all the stuff on this side here. Okay, so this is one of Mrs. Cog's images, which I have linked before. So go to Mrs. Cog's Crafts on Etsy. And then this was what, the Nativity, I think, was the name of this set. Ooh, I'm getting warm all of a sudden. That's weird. I know, you are going to be like, well, that's to be expected given how old you are. But I mean, no, really, this is not like, it's not like a hormonal thing. It's like, oh, wow, it got stuffy and hot in here. I have my socks on and a very, very heavy sweatshirt. And the heat just came on, so yeah. Oh, and I'm sitting in this chair with this pillow behind my back. That will do it every time. So what does everyone have planned for the weekend? Boy, everyone's getting hammered with the snow too. Spokane and New York and a little bit here in Idaho. Not like buckets, but I mean, we don't usually get much snow this time of year, so that's kind of fun. Kind of a little bit, it's more like wet, you know, rain and snow and that kind of thing. But we had a really wet spring, so I guess it's just continuing on, and I'm going to be very happy about that because usually it's so dry. My garden was loving it this year, so we're not going to complain about that. Okay, I am going to try to tack this down in the center so that when I sew it, it's not so it doesn't curl up on me while I'm trying to sew. But yes, I'm gonna sew it. So I'll put this down on the white. So these were just like, I mean, these are old. They were just mulberry matte stacks, 4x6. Oh, these were from Die Cuts with a View. So I seriously doubt you can find these exact ones. I purchased these at Craft Warehouse on clearance like ages ago. in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, but maybe you could find something similar, or just get mulberry paper, and or even tissue paper would work, and just, you know, do something similar. Okay, now I love the gauzy ethereal look, so I'm going to get out my pinking shears. I have to stand up so I can see if I'm cutting straight. Okay. I'll try to line that up on my mat. You believe it's only been a week since Thanksgiving? Hard to believe. Oops, this does not want to... Normally I try to line up my zigzags here, but it's hard to see on that. I keep getting these little fuzzies. Okay. Oh wow, that was not very straight. I wonder if I can have any better success folding it in half. That will give the scissors something to push against. And maybe help my edges be a little straighter. Okay, it is what it is, right? And I'm just going to trim off these finished edges. It's not going to be square at all. It looks like a kindergartner did it. Oh dear me. Okay. So that's the idea. I may have to go in and straighten this up. I don't recall it being this difficult last time to get the gauze to cut straight. Here, let's see what we've got. Okay. Oh, no. I was thinking I could lay a little bit of a lace border down one edge, but that would compete with the lace on the page, so we won't. So here's how it's gonna look. Theoretically. Still looking a little bit like a kindergartner did it. Okay. Wish me luck. Better. I think I'm done messing with it though, because if I keep messing with it, I'll just, you know, I'll end up with not enough space around it like I want. So this is how that will look. So I will sew around this here and then lay it down on the page. And then we've got our red and green. This is backed on the white so you can see the colors. And that's how that's gonna look. Hooray! Yay, a plan. Okay, so I'm going to read to you something very deeply inspiring. I don't know what I want to do on that page, that's why there's a question mark there. I'll figure something out. I'm gonna read to you our inspirational reading for the day. And then after I sign off and edit this and upload it, I will continue working because, yeah. It's nice to be in the creative zone, but it does take time. So here's basically what we did. Put the lace on the pages, not real hard. And here. And then I'm going to sew around these edges. I probably will deckle this, maybe not. It's got a nice straight edge, so a zigzag would look fine. And then sew around this and glue it down, and sew around this and glue it down. I'm wondering. Too much? Not enough? Just right? Don't know. I'll leave it there and I'll decide when I get to the moment. There we go. Yeah, so that's what we did today. Okie doke. Hopefully you got a little inspiration from that. You know, I noticed I always do this. I start talking to you while I'm cleaning up, and then when I watch it back later, I can't figure out what I'm doing. And it's very annoying. So I'll stop doing that now. Okay, so today I'm going to read an excerpt that came out of one of my Christmas Ideals magazines. And I'm actually going to include this page in The Littlest Angel, but I wanted to read it to you first, because I really liked what the poem said. The poem is called Let Us Be Quiet, and it's by Grace Noll Crowell. Let us be still a while this Christmas time. O hurrying hearts, restrain your restless beat. Let us go journeying on some upward climb into the pure air, rarefied and sweet, with the memory of another far-off night when the Christ was born beneath a star's white light. We have been loud and boisterous far too long. Let us be silent, and perhaps we will, by listening, hear the angels' heralding song ring clearly out above some distant hill. And if we leave the clamoring word unsaid, a voice will guide us to Christ's manger bed. It was a silent night, the night he came, a holy night, and may we keep it so. There is one star, God's own hand set aflame. Its lengthening rays will guide us as we go. It is a silent fire, its rays point far, and through the centuries they will not dim. For every silver line of light directs mankind on the shining road that leads to him. So I'm going to leave you with the challenge to be quiet and reflect and to find peace in your Christmas season. It's not meant to be running around, bustling, hurrying, and I understand. I mean, we had those busy years too. And then my daughter was in a singing group. It's called God's Kids, and we had performances, quite a few, this time of year. And then, you know, you have things going on at school, and there's class parties, and if your kids are in Awana or some other you know, group or whatever their activities are, sports. And then if your husband or wife, your spouse happens to have a Christmas party, and then your church, whatever groups you're involved in, they all want to have Christmas parties. And after a while, it's just like, you know, we don't need to have so many parties. It's like, why don't we congregate and do those things together throughout the rest of the year? But really, boiling it down to its essence, just be still at Christmas time, because more and more in our crazy busy world there is noise and there are distractions, and we have even more now than we did 10, 20 years ago, you know. So stop, be quiet, slow your pace down, pick the things that are important to you, or that have, you know, a real purpose and a real meaning. Maybe, and some of those are family traditions and some of those aren't, but be quiet. And this kind of piggybacks off the story of the other wise man that we just finished reading. He was seeking, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be reflecting on the Christ child who came, and why did Jesus come for us? What was the whole point? What was the world like before that? You know, just how cruel and harsh and ugly was life before Jesus came and said, be kind, give to each other, help each other, you know, reach out and heal each other, you know, use medicine and feed people who are hungry and bring comfort to people who mourn. Because let me tell you, folks, life was not like that. And even now, if you live in a world where there is no Christ, that's how life is. And so this is what he was trying to bring us. So let's do that. Let's sit and embrace it and bring it into our lives. All right, guys, that wraps it up for another day, another session. And I'll be working feverishly into the night and tomorrow and the day after that. Anyway, I really do want to have these ready to go certainly by the end of next week. And it's going to be a big push, but it'll be worth it because I want it to get to you guys. I don't think I have any other announcements, do I? Am I forgetting to say something? If you have any questions or something that I should have mentioned, please put your questions down below. If you have any questions at all, put them down below. Put any comments. I love to read your comments, and it's always great to hear from you and to interact with you. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me again. So until next time, be inspired and do something creative today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.